Favorite things to do during the holiday season is to prepare and set the holiday table. And I love gathering our friends and dear family members together for a wonderful meal, but part of that experience is the table for me. And I really try to make it special with the environment, lots of candles, and depending on what textures I want to use that particular year. But I'm encouraging you to be creative in your homes, and it doesn't take a lot of skill to do it. So I want to show you how to set the perfect holiday table and what I'm doing at my house this year for Christmas. Wreaths are a wonderful tool to use, kind of like a charger on your table. And if you don't have a wreath, you really can just take greens, clippings of greens, and kind of loosely place them around where your plate's going to be. So at individual place settings, if you do have the wreaths, and you don't want them too bushy because they really are going to work as a charger. But with the hole in the middle, your plates go down really nicely, and you're able to add some wonderful green and texture to your table. I have it all set except for the last place setting to show you what I'm going to do. I place the last wreath in place. I have a charger that I place down, but you don't have to use an additional charger as well. And my dinner plate. So I like to add some visual interest to the table and look at your table as telling a story. What's your theme this year? It doesn't have to be complicated at all. It could be as simple as looking at the Christmas ornaments that you have and deciding what ones you would like to display. And maybe there are some sort of theme. Maybe they were ornaments that you got in travels, or different types of stars that you collect, or pine cones, or those sorts of things. This year I decided to do kind of a woodland theme. And so I have mercury glass birds going down the table, and little bird's nest with some little eggs in their nests as well. And then I have it mixed with fresh flowers and lots of different levels and layers of candles. You can never have too many candles. I like to kind of have the whole table lit up, whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner during the holidays. I think it just adds just a sort of some intimacy at your table, which is nice to have during the holiday season. I also like to have something special on the place settings. And so this year I used some of the gingerbread that I baked for the trees and tied them through with velvet ribbon, and I am tying them on to the napkin ring holders on my napkins. So each family member that sits at the table has a little fresh baked treat as well. It's also kind of, if this is for your Christmas breakfast, it would be really special to have a small wrapped gift at each place, something that you would have naturally put in a stocking, but instead you've placed on the table. So as you can see here, I have 3 different levels of candles, and I've used them kind of as a sporadic runner going down the table. Normally, I would be doing greens laid out along the table, but since I've used my wreaths as the greens, it would be too much to run the greens down. So I've really used a landscape of candles to kind of light the way, and it's going to illuminate the table. Then I have my woodland theme of my bird's nests, birds kind of running down as well. And then of course I did add some fresh flowers in. Another nice touch is adding stockings to the back of your chair. And if this is for a Christmas breakfast, this might be a nice place to have the stockings in general already tied to the table, especially if they get a little heavy laden. Then your family members are able to untie their stockings and kind of unpack them at the table. So just another cute idea that I sometimes hang stockings on the back of my chairs.
Okay.
So have fun with your table this holiday season. Make it unique for you and your family. Create a theme of things that are meaningful to you, your children, or grandchildren. Run them down the table as conversation starters and to create intimacy during your celebrations. I can't wait to see what you do on your own tables, and I just invite you to be creative this year as we've all had plenty of time to be inside. Merry Christmas.